decided to take my weekly trip to the garden center. I'm usually here like 3 times a week. I saw the gentleman and I told him that this is my first time here today because we always talk. But it's very quiet because I got here very early in the morning. And oh my gosh, you guys, I want one of these, but I'm gonna have to wait. I don't want to pay that much. This is gorgeous. This is the name of the plant, just so I don't mess it up, but I know Mugu Pine. Look at this. Oh my gosh, let's look at the specs. It only gets 3 feet wide and 3 feet tall. Okay, I'm gonna keep my eye on this plant, but there's not many left. There's not many left, so this is also, you know, I like these junipers. We got plenty of those. This is gorgeous too. Look at this. Did I say hello, sunshines? It just be like that sometimes. 74. This is a dwarf globe blue spruce because the color is so pretty. Oh, let's look at the specs. 5 feet tall, 6 feet wide. This is gorgeous. Something else that's really pretty over here. As much as I love flowers, I love evergreens. This is gorgeous too. Look at that. Japanese laurel, sunny days, $49.98. This is gorgeous. I mean, you're gonna pay some money for shrubs in Monrovia. You're definitely gonna pay. This is gorgeous. OMG. Ouch, but it hurts. 109. This is a Dior cedar. Deodar? Whatever. It gets 15 feet tall. Yeah, that's a big plant. Oh my gosh, this shrub right here. Mother's Day's coming. Oh, let me take a picture and send it to my children. What else do they have? This is what I picked up so far. I'm contemplating because I told you guys this lavender, the lavender, it keeps, 2 of them died. And so I'm thinking about just going ahead and replacing it with these 2 because they're having a sale, 2 for $10. And then I have 1 bloom flower. It did come back and I grabbed these 2 bloom flower so I can, you know, just have a trio of them. So I'm thinking like with this lavender, it would be easy to just replace that. Replace the other 2 that died with this and I'll still have my trio. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. What is this? 79. This is a honeysuckle. I think I just saw someone plant this up. And you guys, they have a magnolia tree here. Ooh. Oops. How do I drop my phone? A magnolia tree, but all the buds are gone. But magnolia is a gorgeous tree. They really have some different trees here this year. Look at this one. I've never seen these trees here before. This is a holly wood juniper. I'm trying to, 199. I'm trying to see how big it is. I'm not really trying to tell you all the prices. Buy what you want, buy what you can. Just stay within your budget. I don't see the specs on this. How big? Oh, 15 feet tall. But that is super pretty. And of course they have tons of roses. And I want another rose, but they're gonna have a rose sale. So I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait. But look at that bloom. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. This is so pretty. This right here is pretty. I like the color. This is a knockout rose. I like the color, the foliage color on that. Okay, back to the trees because they have this. Look at that Japanese maple. I know that's a Japanese maple. I'm learning my trees. Yep, coral bark. Japanese maple. It gets 25 feet tall. That Japanese maple. It's so pretty. And this is the bark. on it. They have another tree here that I can't get to. Oh, this is cool. This is another spruce, Colorado spruce. These get big, I think. Yeah, 15 feet tall. Pretty, but this gets 30 feet, 35 feet tall. But this is so cool. The shape and everything. Oh my gosh. Like, I want to one day, you know, if I'm still on my property, I want to take out like all the trees and plant the trees I want, like these. Just take out all the trees. I don't know what this is. I don't see a tag. This isn't fleshed out, but the picture, this is really pretty. Oh, this is a ginkgo. Oh, okay. Gets 15 feet tall. Yeah, so that area that we have to work on in the woods, oh my gosh, if I can take the rest of the trees out and then just plant the trees I want, that's like a dream. Me and my husband are gonna have to talk about that, because these are the trees that I would like replace them with. What is this? Another cedar. So pretty. These are the trees. Look at the bloom on this. This is a rhododendron. That bloom is humongous. Okay. And then they have your other typical shrubs over here. But I just wanted to point out those trees, because some of these trees I've never seen in here. So, yeah. And then we have our clearance section. Oh, it's packed over here. These pansies are gorgeous. I know these are pansies. They're not violas. Yeah, these are pansies. Those are gorgeous. So they have I'm surprised they have so much. Well, no, actually, I thought these were clearance too, but they're not. They're actually stuff that they're stocking up. But here's your clearance. You have pansies on clearance, some more of those lilies I might grab. They also have, I think this is, what tree is this? These are very popular. I wanted some of these, but I don't want the big ones. I'm not going to pronounce it because I'm just going to mess it up. I can pronounce it in my head, but I feel like if I say it out loud, I'm going to mess it up. But it blooms in the spring. This is the plant. When you know spring has come, you're going to see this plant. Let's see how big it gets. Yeah, this gets 10 to 12 feet tall by 10 to 12 feet wide. They make a variety of these now that are smaller shrubs. I would prefer a smaller shrub. I don't want this big one. So maybe I'll run into the one that stays a little smaller in size. Okay, let's go on the other side. More. They have tons of those. Oh my gosh. I wanted these. These are primrose. I will get a couple of these. We will be getting a couple. These are, what are these? Violas. But these are all about to kind of tether out. That's why they're on clearance. But these will flush out again. So we're going to grab some of these primrose. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. Score. Because, so if they're $10.98, we're going to get them for $7. Yeah, anything. So this is, if you've never been to Lowe's clearance section, this is their price points. And so these will be $7 a piece. So I'm going to grab a couple of these. But that's all they have for clearance in my area. They have a ton of these. These I can see probably being marked down to 75%. Unless a landscaper comes in and grabs a bunch of these. That would be a good price point for someone, you know. Yeah, I don't think I want that tall. I'm going to think about it though. I wonder if you can size control. Let me look it up. Okay, so I just looked it up, and you can size control by just thinning and pruning. I do know where I could actually put these if I grab them, but there's so many of them. I'm gonna think about it, and when I come back, um, they'll be here. And if they're not, then I won't get them. But I just wanted to point that out, that you can size control these. All right, let me grab my primrose. And then, of course, they have all their huge shrubs, all their arborvitaes. Tons and tons of those. I ended up getting those 3 primrose. What else do they have? They have some standards here. Ooh, these, I think these are roses. They are. They're way up there. They're $50 a piece, looks like. They're up there. Like, they're way up there. They're like on the 3rd row. They have their blueberry. These look like raspberry bushes. And they already have blueberry bushes as well. But oh, look at the rose standards. That's not a bad price, I don't think. I don't know. I never thought about a rose standard. They have it. This is a knockout rose. This one right here says Julia Child rose. I'm sure this is gorgeous. Oh, and they don't have that many, but that wasn't my goal today. My goal was really just coming and taking a break. I need to grab some soil, some potting mix. So I do like this soil. This is 4 bags for $10. I already filled all my raised beds, so I really don't need any more garden soil, but I need potting mix so I can do my pots. Those are the lilies that I just purchased. They did have some over there, but I don't need any more. This is where I got my roses from, my climbing roses. What else? These topiaries are pretty, I believe. I'm on the other side. Let me walk around there. They also have a $2 deal. But once again, I already filled all my garden beds. I'm like, I always need garden soil, but I technically don't need any right now. But $2 a bag? I don't know. I had to stop. This is pretty. This is lobelia. Yep, lobelia. That's pretty for a hanging basket. So they have their potting mix 2 for $16, but I already have this huge bag of potting mix at home. What I am thinking, because most of my pots, oh my gosh, you do not need to fill an entire pot with potting mix. I don't think, in my opinion. That is not what I do. I do, like, sometimes I'll add like native soil. Sometimes I'll add like chicken bedding, the same way I do my raised beds. What I am thinking is that I'm gonna skip this potting mix and I'm gonna grab a few of those $2 bags, because what I'll do is I will kind of mix this together, or I'll put the soil at the bottom of the pot and then this at the top as a top layer. Because truth be told, the past years when I've done my planters and pots, I've used garden soil and not potting mix. So I think I'm gonna grab some of those bags, but let's take a walk and finish seeing what they have in the garden center. They have tons of petunias. Somebody knocked over this poor tree. What did this tree do to you? No, so the wind probably blew it over. Isn't that pretty? I am not even going to try to I'm not going to prune these. It's a lot of work. $129. It's a sea of gold juniper. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. But I'm not even going to try. Oh, this primrose is nice. Oh, it's marked down. Okay. I might switch one of those out. Or, let me check and see if they have more of those. Look at this. This is the one we're coming to look at. This is a dwarf Alberta spruce that's been transformed into these 3 balls, because that's not typically how they are. Oh, we're just transforming things. What is this? Did we see this already? This is a blue Atlas cedar right here. They really do have some different trees this year, in my opinion. Okay. What else do they have? Of course, they have tons of annuals. I needed to replace one of these. I think it's this. No, it's not a dianthus. It's a different plant. So nope, it looks like that, but it's not that. They also have this salvia 2 for $10. Oh, but look at this. This is pretty. This color of this dianthus is really pretty, but they have salvia. This is a Monrovia brand, but they have some outside. And then they have your calla lilies, columbine. Over here, some Jacob's ladder. That Jacob's ladder didn't do good for me, although what's interesting is I moved it, and where I moved it from, I see some growing. So foxglove, we know we just planted a bunch of these. These are huge. Rhubarb, I think that's what you call that over there. Okay. Okay. Coral bells, or are these called heucheras? These ones are heucheras. These are pretty. I wouldn't mind having a couple of these. I think I have like 2 of these in this color, but there's a lighter color that I want. More rhododendron, annuals, and then you have your hydrangeas. I do want 2 hydrangeas, but I'm not getting them now because I'm waiting for deals. I'm seriously waiting for deals. As a matter of fact, let's take a trip in the store because they put out Easter. They put out these hydrangeas during Easter, and those, I typically get those at a deal or the ones after Mother's Day at a deal. Let me go look in the store because those are inside. So we're inside, and see, these are inside, and these are probably what's going to be sold for Mother's Day. And you guys, I have a lot of hydrangeas, and I purchased these ones, and they come back. They're going to be on sale. I'm going to wait. I want 2. I'm going to wait, but they're inside the store. And then Lowe's, this is Lowe's, but Home Depot had all their bulbs 50% off a couple of weeks ago, but they haven't done that here. But they still have tons of bulbs. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that soil, and I think I am done with my shopping trip here, and I can go ahead and check out. So guys, this is what we walked away with. Hey y'all! We walked away with the Lord goodness, primrose. I ended up getting 3 of the red ones. Super pretty. And this one, I couldn't find any more. This is super pretty too. This is actually called Nectar. This one is called Valentine. Nice names, Monrovia. But they didn't have any more of the nectar, so that's all I got of those. Then we got the 2 balloon flowers. Pretty, pretty. Y'all, and I'm going to give it one more try. I got this lavender. So we're going to end the video right here in the parking lot of Lowe's. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to leave a comment. I promise I'll talk back. Don't forget to subscribe. If you've already done those things, thank you. If you haven't done those things, please consider. Until next time, sunshines. If I didn't call you my sunshines, I'll see you. Blessings. Bye. Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. Isn't she gorgeous? She's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. She's going home. So the other thing that you do on rainy days, guys, is shop. Kinda, sorta, on a budget. Okay, bye.